If you've got a few $1,000s sitting in your everyday bank account right now, it probably feels safe, responsible even. But that safety might be costing you real money every single month. Not because the bank is stealing from you, not because you're bad with money, but because your cash is sitting in the wrong bucket. Today I'm going to show you exactly how much should stay in your everyday account, what should move into savings or offset, and when cash stops being safety and starts becoming dead money. Here's the truth most people never hear. Your bank balance is not the goal. Your money's job is the goal. Most Australians don't have a saving problem. They have a money location problem. And the difference between those two things is the difference between building wealth and quietly standing still. Here's what's actually happening. The number on your banking app stays exactly the same, but what that number can buy keeps shrinking every single month. That's inflation doing its quiet, invisible work. With the RBA cash rate now sitting at 4.35% and still potentially heading higher, and the cost of living still elevated across every capital city, idle cash in a low-interest account isn't just doing nothing, it's going backwards in real terms. And here's the part that stings. The bank isn't suffering. They're lending your money out at mortgage rates and handing you back 0.01% if you're sitting in a basic transaction account. You are funding their business with your savings and getting almost nothing in return. So let's fix that. But first, you need to understand why this keeps happening. The psychological trap of a large bank balance is real and it's powerful. When you open your banking app and see a big number sitting there, something in your brain relaxes. You feel wealthier. And when you feel wealthier, you spend more casually. The bigger the number you see every time you tap your card, the easier it becomes to justify the small leaks. The Uber Eats on a Tuesday. The impulse buy you didn't plan for. None of those things break you individually, but a large, visible balance is basically a psychological green light to keep spending, and most people never notice it's happening. Be honest with yourself right now. Do you keep your savings in the same account your groceries come out of? If the answer is yes, you're not alone. But that single habit is one of the most expensive financial mistakes an everyday Australian can make. So here's the actual number. How much should you keep in your everyday transaction account? 1 to 2 weeks of expenses. That's it. For most Australians, that's somewhere between $1,500 and $3,500, depending on your life. Enough to cover your bills, your groceries, your transport, and a small buffer before your next pay hits. That account is a clearinghouse. Money flows in, money flows out. It is not a savings vehicle. It is not a safety net. It is a transaction machine, and it should be treated like one. Everything above that 2-week buffer needs a job somewhere else. This is where the 3-bucket system comes in. It's the clearest framework I've found for making sure every single dollar you own is working. Bucket 1 is your spending money. 1 to 2 weeks of expenses in your everyday account. Live on this. Pay your bills from this. Keep it lean and intentional. Bucket 2 is your safety money. 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses, sitting somewhere it actually earns a real return. Right now, that means a high-interest savings account earning between 5.10% and 5.50% on an ongoing basis, with introductory rates as high as 5.90% from providers like Rabobank, ING, or UBank. Or, if you have a mortgage, this is where an offset account becomes one of the most powerful financial tools in the country. Bucket 3 is your future money. Anything you don't need for 5 or more years doesn't sit in cash. It goes into the market. Shares, ETFs, super, assets that compound. Because keeping 5-year money in a savings account is just a slower version of the same dead money problem. Now let's go deeper on Bucket 2. Because this is where most Australians are leaving serious money on the table. If you don't have a mortgage, the answer is simple. Use a high-interest savings account. Your emergency fund earns a real return while it waits. It's not exciting, but it's doing a job. If you do have a mortgage, the offset account changes the entire equation. An offset account sits against your home loan and reduces the balance your bank charges interest on. So, if your mortgage is $500,000 and you have $30,000 sitting in your offset, you only pay interest on $470,000. That $30,000 is effectively earning your mortgage interest rate, which right now sits around 6.50% to 6.84% for most variable loans. And here's what most people miss. That benefit is tax-free. You don't pay income tax on money saved through an offset, but you do pay income tax on interest earned in a savings account. For someone on a 32.5% marginal tax rate, a 5.50% savings account is closer to 3.7% in your pocket after tax. Meanwhile, your offset is saving you nearly 7% tax-free. It's not even close. Now, one rule that never changes. Emergency money is not dead money. Random extra cash with no job is dead money. There is a critical difference, and it matters enormously. Your emergency fund is sacred. Don't invest it. Don't let a good market tempt you into moving it into ETFs. That money exists for one reason only: to make sure a job loss, a medical bill, a car breakdown, or a broken hot water system doesn't destroy everything else you've built. But the cash sitting above that buffer, that needs a job. Let me show you how this plays out for different Australians, because one number doesn't fit everyone. If you're a single renter in a capital city, your monthly essentials might run $2,500 to $3,500. Your emergency fund target sits between $7,500 and $21,000. Your everyday account holds 1 to 2 weeks of that. The rest earns a proper return in a high-interest savings account. If you're a couple with a mortgage, the offset account is almost certainly the right home for your safety money. Keep your everyday account lean, build your offset to 3 to 6 months of repayments plus living costs, and put anything extra to work in super or the market. If you're self-employed with a regular income, push your buffer closer to 6 months. Your income doesn't arrive on a predictable schedule, so your safety net needs to be bigger. If you're a retiree drawing from super or the pension, consider holding up to 12 months of essential expenses in cash or offset. That buffer lets your investment portfolio ride out market volatility without forcing you to sell at the wrong time. Here's what most finance content gets wrong. People treat this like a math problem. Work out the number, move the money, done. The real challenge is behavioral. The system does the hard work for you. When your everyday account is intentionally lean, you feel the decision before you make it. When your safety money is earning a real return, it feels untouchable. And when your future money is compounding quietly in the background, it stops feeling like spending money. It becomes wealth. Here's your challenge for tonight. Open your banking app. Look at what's sitting in your everyday account. If it's more than 2 weeks of expenses, ask yourself what job that extra money is doing. If the answer is nothing, it's dead money. Give it a job. This channel is about turning confusing Australian money decisions into clear rules you can actually use. If you want to stop guessing with your money and start building a real path to financial freedom, subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.